So I also want to talk a little bit about how I am deciding to present myself on the course. I'm really conscious of a power dynamic that can be developed, well, between a tutor and a student anyway, and also between a counsellor and a client for that matter. And, the person-centered approach is about making things as equal as possible. There is some power dynamic that's inherent in any kind of relationship, whether it's a counseling relationship or a tutor-student relationship, but the approach is about making that as transparent as possible in order to empower the client or the student as much as possible. And as part of that, I want to be clear about how I present myself on the course. I want to get away from the idea of me being the font of all knowledge, me knowing everything, me being on some kind of pedestal in people's eyes who are watching this. That might happen to some extent anyway, because I'm relaying a lot of information on this course. We're not actually in relationship though, and that I think is where the risk lies. At times on this course, in an attempt to combat that, I have deliberately opened up a little bit about how different concepts apply to me, and that's involved a little bit of self-disclosure, not so much about my life, but more about my stuff, I guess, in a boundaried way, in a way that I'm comfortable with. But I do that partly because I think it makes a lot of the concepts more understandable when it's applied to a particular person, and a lot of the concepts I'll encourage yourself to apply to you as well. But also, I think it does a little bit to challenge the idea that I am above mental health, that I have no stuff anymore, because I think it's incredibly dangerous and I would argue unethical to give the impression as a therapist that I have arrived at ultimate self-awareness, that I don't have stuff anymore. I often said to students that if you see me on a huge pedestal, what's likely to happen is that you qualify feeling like you're missing a pedestal. And so personally as a tutor, I found it really important ethically to be open about my stuff and to become a real human being to people. I mean, that's ultimately what the approach is about. And that's what I'm trying to do on this course, which obviously is tricky when it's pre-recorded. But yeah, I just wanted to comment on that a little bit.